Harriet Tubman, the woman who walked into darkness to set others free. Some heroes win battles, some sign laws, and some, like Harriet Tubman, walk through swamps in the middle of the night, risking their lives over and over again to lead others into the light. She wasn't a general, she wasn't a politician. She was barely 5 feet tall, couldn't read or write, and grew up enslaved. But she became one of the most powerful freedom fighters in American history because she refused to believe that her fear should ever have the final word. Harriet Tubman teaches us that the most dangerous person in the world isn't the one with the most strength, it's the one who has the most faith. If you're a young person today wondering what kind of difference you can make in a broken world, her story is your answer. Who was Harriet Tubman? Born into slavery in Maryland around 1822, Tubman was beaten, abused, and forced to work under brutal conditions. As a child, she suffered a head injury that gave her dizzy spells and visions, but she believed they were messages from God, and she listened. At around age 27, she made her escape. She traveled 90 miles, mostly at night, through forests, rivers, and danger with nothing but her determination and faith. She made it to freedom, but she didn't stop there. Unlike most who escaped, Harriet went back, again and again and again. Over the course of nearly a decade, she led at least 70 people, family, strangers, men, women, and children, to freedom through the Underground Railroad. She carried no map, no weapon, just a burning purpose. And when the Civil War broke out, she served the Union as a spy, scout, and nurse. She even led a raid that freed over 700 enslaved people in a single night. Harriet Tubman didn't just want to be free, she wanted everyone to be free. What can you learn from Harriet Tubman? Harriet's story isn't about the past. It's a guidebook for anyone who wants to live with boldness, faith, and purpose right now. Here's how her life can shape yours. Fear is real, but it doesn't have to rule you. Tubman faced fear at every turn. Captured slaves were tortured or killed. The risk was overwhelming, but she said, "I never ran my train off the track, and I never lost a passenger." She didn't ignore fear, she overcame it. You don't need to feel brave to be brave. You need to take action in spite of fear. That's what real courage looks like. Not the absence of fear, but obedience to something greater than it. When life feels scary, uncertain, or dark, keep walking. Harriet did. Your faith can carry you farther than your strength. Tubman wasn't strong by worldly standards. She had seizures, could barely see in the dark, and was hunted constantly. But she had faith that God was guiding her. She believed she was chosen for a purpose, and nothing, not even death, could stop it. She said, "I always told God, I'm going to hold steady on you, and you've got to see me through." In a culture that tells you to trust only in yourself, Harriet reminds you, your greatest power comes from above. Stay rooted in something eternal. That's how you'll do the impossible. Your life isn't just about you. Harriet could have stayed in freedom and lived a quiet life, but she refused. She risked her life for others. She didn't ask if they deserved it. She didn't care how hard it would be. She saw people in chains, and she acted. She said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world." The question isn't how much you'll get in life, it's how much you'll give. Who are you helping? Who are you lifting up? Who are you going back for? You were made for a mission. Tubman didn't wait for someone to hand her a title or a job. She saw what needed to be done, and she did it. That's leadership. She wasn't chasing fame or comfort, she was chasing freedom. She was walking with purpose. You may not be called to sneak through forests or free captives, but you are called to do something bold with your life. Maybe it's mentoring others, speaking truth, fighting injustice, loving those everyone else ignores. Don't just exist, live on mission. Why this matters today. We live in a world that celebrates comfort, self-promotion, and fear of risk. But Harriet Tubman's life punches through that narrative like a beam of light. She reminds us that courage is louder than excuses, that faith is stronger than fear, that love is more powerful than hate, and that one person with no money, no platform, and no permission can change history. If Harriet Tubman could walk into the heart of danger to set others free, what can you do? Whatever it is, start now. Start where you are. Start with faith. And don't stop walking.